Welcome to this explainer. If you're a farmer out in the field using a knapsack sprayer, you already know it is incredibly hard work. But working hard doesn't always mean working smart, right? Today, we're going to transform how you use that sprayer from pure guesswork into a precise science. We are breaking down exactly how to protect your crop, protect your health, and squeeze the absolute most out of every single drop of pesticide you spray.
Here is what we're looking at today. 1. The perfect spray mix. 2. Essential protective gear. 3. Inside the knapsack sprayer. And 4. Field application techniques. We'll start with the math in the shed, check our hardware, and then step right into the mud of the paddy field. Let's get to it.
All right, part 1. The perfect spray mix. Doing the math before the mud, because true precision starts way before you even pick up the sprayer.
So, how much pesticide do you actually need per acre? It's the ultimate question, isn't it? Getting this wrong is the difference between killing pests and just wasting your money. Guessing can literally cost you your entire crop. Go too light and the bugs build resistance. Go too heavy and you're risking chemical burns right on your plants.
Here's the thing. You literally cannot just copy what the farmer next door is doing. Their sprayer or field size could be totally different. To get it right, you have to combine 3 specific variables. You need the label's recommended dose, the exact volume of water your sprayer puts out per hectare, and your true field size. Change just one of those, and your whole math changes.
Let's break that down with some real numbers. Say your pesticide label calls for 2 milliliters per liter of water, and you typically spray a standard 500 liters of water per hectare. Well, that means you need 1,000 milliliters per hectare. Break that down to a single acre, and you need exactly 405 milliliters of pesticide mixed into about 202 liters of water. And that volume perfectly fits a standard knapsack sprayer rotation, so you don't even need a massive tractor tank to get the job done.
Okay, so you have your chemical, now you need water. And I absolutely love this trick. It's the golden rule for water clarity. Just drop a coin into the bottom of your water bucket. If you can't see the coin, the water is way too dirty to use. All that suspended clay in dirty water will literally bind to your chemical and ruin it. Plus, it'll chew right through your nozzles like sandpaper.
Moving right along to Section 2, Essential Protective Gear. Shielding up. Your mix is perfect, the water is crystal clear, now we need to protect the farm's most valuable asset, you. You know, figuring out what protective gear to wear isn't just a guessing game. It all depends on the chemical's properties, how long you'll be out there, the weather, and your equipment. And here's something that might surprise you. Sometimes overprotecting yourself can be just as dangerous as underprotecting, mainly because of heat exhaustion. Always check the label for exactly what you need.
When you're out there working as a farmer fully geared up in the field, you realize that proper safety and accurate dose calculations go hand in hand. You really can't have one without the other. Oh, and just a quick reminder, gear only works if you actually wear it right. A respirator hanging loosely around your neck? Yeah, that is completely useless against chemical fumes.
Okay, Section 3. Inside the knapsack sprayer. Understanding your hardware. Let's actually look at the tool itself. These hand sprayers are everywhere, right? They're cheap, they are super versatile in wet, muddy paddies, and they're pretty easy to use. But there is a massive catch. If you don't understand how the internal components work, it is incredibly easy to accidentally dump way too much chemical in one spot while leaving completely bare, unsprayed strips right next to it. The absolute most critical piece of this entire system is the nozzle tip. It's tiny, but it completely controls your flow and your spray pattern. Because it's so small, it clogs easily. If that happens, wash it out with water or use a soft brush. Do not, under any circumstances, jam a hard piece of wire in there. You will permanently ruin the tip, wreck your spray pattern, and waste your chemical.
Now, what kind of nozzle are you actually using? Flat fans are designed with tapered edges so they can overlap perfectly to create a uniform shield. Flood nozzles, on the other hand, throw a really wide, coarse pattern at low pressure. A lot of folks use flood nozzles on knapsacks, but if you start swinging them side to side across the field, your coverage is going to be wildly uneven.
If you're using flat fan nozzles on a boom, here is the secret sauce, the 30% overlap rule. To get a perfectly uniform shield across the crop, keep your nozzles spaced exactly 50 centimeters apart, and hold your boom at a totally steady height. The spray from one nozzle needs to overlap the spray from the next by exactly 30%. If you let that boom dip too low, you break the overlap and get concentrated chemical stripes with nothing in between.
Finally, Section 4, Field Application Techniques. Walking the paddy. The mix is right, the gear is on, we know the hardware. Let's get out into the mud and get to work.
Look, if you're a farmer with a heavy knapsack, the physical reality of the field is brutal. Modern rice can grow 1.5 meters tall, and the foliage is incredibly dense. Trudging through a flooded paddy is exhausting work. And because it's so physically draining, it is super tempting to take dangerous shortcuts just to finish faster.
But before you give in to those shortcuts, you have to calibrate. Walk a simulated 100 meters at your normal trudging field speed to see exactly how long it takes. Then test your sprayer on dry concrete so you can measure your exact swath width. Usually for a single lance, that's about 5 meters. You must know these exact numbers to guarantee you're actually putting down that 405 milliliters per acre we calculated earlier.
And here is the biggest thing. We have got to break the swinging lance habit. Because walking is tough, farmers constantly try to cover more ground by swinging the nozzle in a huge arc. Don't do it. Swinging creates massive blind spots and heavily oversprayed zones. Instead, keep that nozzle totally steady. Walk in a straight line, mark your passes with canes, and always turn the spray off when you're turning around.
So, take all of this with you next time. Use those precise calculations, do the water test, wear the right gear, and use steady, disciplined walking techniques. Master the knapsack sprayer. Ask yourself, are you truly applying a perfect chemical shield to protect your crop? Or are you just out there swinging in the dark and hoping for the best?